follow. Use that QR code to my link tree for my socials. Thanks.
Switching to a different music in a second. But hey, everybody, welcome to Murder Hobos. This is the first session of Season 2, Episode 1 of this new campaign I've called Within Titan's Reach, or Within the Titan's Reach. I am living in the future. I have.
It was at this moment that
we are doing things.
Again,
we are not. We try to be professional, but I am not Critical Role. It's still a one-man-ish show. We have some extra streamers on this one. We will soon get cameras and all the kinds of things that get set up to make these things appropriate. But today, this is about making sure that these normal human beings who have jobs and lives and wives and taxes and things get the characters built, and that we start the session with some story and introduction to who the characters are and the setting we've set it in. So, without further ado, we're going to bring in the noodledom. I am. This is the moment I have fucked up. This is definitely the moment I have fucked up. Yeah, this is definitely. So yeah, let's jump into the noodledom, because it's always going to be a collection of idiots, and see where we are.
Hello. We've been trying to contact you regarding your Idris extended warranty.
Yes! Yes!
It doesn't matter how tight of a intro. That was actually kind of practice too, because I've been sitting here for like 3 hours getting shit ready. But I cannot figure out for the life of me how to change that thing.
It makes me so happy every time.
And I don't know which fucker it is. Is it what my best friend, like one of my best friends?
It has to be,
or
it
is
has
it my
to be
brother?
Nimbus. It has to be Nimbus. It has to be.
Both.
It has to be Nimbus.
It's both. It's both.
Oh.
It's both. Hi, everybody. How you doing?
Doing great. How are you doing?
We are
Happy
here.
Monday. I can't tell you how happy I am to be playing D&D with a new group. Just new campaign energy is always a unique kind of energy. So this is exciting for me. I hope you guys are as jazzed as I am.
I went ahead and sent you an invite so we can collab there.
Oh, perfect. Let me.
That way we can have everything.
The most important thing, which is my whiskey.
I basically just stole your title and said, I'm just a player. Winky face.
Winky face. Winky face.
Nothing suspicious. Face. Nothing suspicious.
Nothing to see here.
What I can do is, I'm a big boy. Right, I want to do this.
I'm a real boy.
I was about to say that shit.
I'm a real boy.
I'm a real boy. Not the gumdrop button.
Don't take the gumdrop button.
Do you know the Muffin Man?
I know the Muffin Man.
Jeez.
All right,
So
I might have taken this joke too far. I might have taken this joke too far.
I can't get my voice that high.
Oh.
Don't worry, I got you. There are going to be some dogs flying in my room shortly.
Zoom, zoom.
Dog? Wait, your dogs can fly?
What?
Told you he was living in the future, man. It's already Thursday. And it is.
Do what? Who knows?
Holy smokes.
You don't remember Astro from the Jetsons?
It's been a long time since I've watched the Jetsons.
It has been for me too.
I'm also only 29, so.
Oh, good God, I got kids older than you.
I'm also only 29.
I'm not joking. My youngest is 34.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
I'm not joking. My youngest is 34.
Oh my goodness. Terrible. I don't know what feats to choose.
No, wait a minute. I'm lying to you. She turned 35 in May. I'm sorry.
Hmm?
Did
Sorry
you
about talking to kids?
Oh, you haven't joined the collab yet.
Yes, no, I'm still trying to figure that out because I'm a smart boy.
You haven't joined the. Hit the little notification icon. You'll see that it says.
Shut it! Shut it! Stop it! Stop it!
Too much information. I can't do it.
Got it.
All right.
Too much going on.
Now just make sure you mute your audio and your mic inside that.
Audio.
And boom, now we share chat, and now you get all the viewers from every side.
All these level 4+. It hurts.
I believe we're all doing that, right? Yay.
I'm very excited to see if we run across the Zoblob shop.
I'm interested to see who dies first.
Bite your tongue.
Oh, it's gonna be me.
Amazingly, I am too.
Bite your tongue.
I am actually very interested in what the fuck is gonna die first. Let's grab this one. There. I have a button for that. There we go. All right.
Hey, look at that.
Got your pictures on there. I got some the pictures I've shown already, and more pictures that get generated throughout the campaign as we continue to play. So unbeknownst to everyone here, outside this party, we have done some canoodling and talking and texting. We've met a couple times online as well as offline to just go over people's characters and Cody, this is your absolute first time playing, right? You've never played D&D ever.
Yeah, guilty as charged. D&D virgin.
D&D virgin. All right. So I just poured myself some rye bourbon. If you'd like to pour yourselves your poison of choice, please do so now. It is the appropriate time. Oh, I forgot to. Why is that cam not working? Oh, please.
Technical difficulties.
Cam. Hey, look at that. Cam worked. I had to break this into two like people. Like two campaigns, right? Like you totally separate people. So I've had to do some OBS gymnastics in the past few days. So the new update of OBS makes adding sources much easier, more fluid. Just so you know.
I use Streamlabs, so.
True.
I like regular OBS. But
Yeah. I also I think you use StreamerBot. I started using FireBot, so I have my own codable bot if I want one.
nice.
Yes. So anyway, we have built characters here. The only thing that is unique to how I build characters and the campaigns that I run is this background system, and it's not that unique. And I don't. Cody, is we kind of talked about your backstory, and I know there's a world of people out here who are now watching D&D or using D&D for the first time and are concerned about, just what do you do? Like, how creative do I have to be? Like, do I have to be this nerdy hippie geek that knows everything about D&D and has a backstory and has all these two things and does all. No, you didn't do any of that. You just got to show up and pick your character like you were making it in a video game, like Baldur's Gate, so to speak, right?
Yeah.
So what I did, because there are some flat things with regards to D&D proper. Like, they talk about it, and you'll see it on your notes page on your character sheet if everyone goes there. You'll see that it has things like ideals and personal traits and appearance, and you are supposed to pick, I think it's 2 personal traits, 1 bond, 1 ideal, 1 flaw, and so forth. And that's how you're supposed to, get some points that create drama for the person telling the story, the DM, to use.
Yeah.
I found that another system did it much better, and these merits and flaws and background points that we've been working around behind the scenes are just the background traits and merits and flaws from another system called Vampire the Masquerade and Werewolf. So I literally lifted them off there, molded them to D&D, got rid of things I didn't like. And much like everything we do in D&D across everyone, including Critical Role, we steal shit. So if you see something cool about your character as we go through the final stages of this, or you after you've played it for a while, you realize, you know, I don't like the vibe, I kind of saw this thing, or I kind of want to change this, do not feel any qualms about coming to me and saying, hey, I want to do something different. I want to change this. Because this is your mental health break using D&D. So don't feel like you're going to cause any problems with my story if you feel the need to change something. So that's a long explanation to say that point. With me so far, everybody?
Sure.
Yep.
All
I'm
right.
in trouble.
Awesome. Now, everyone has had some merit and flaws, and Tortellini is your current name. We can change that name if you'd like.
No, why would I ever change that?
Is that really going to be your name, Tortellini?
Yes, it is.
I asked for this. I did this.
You did. You did. That you
I
did. And I thought it was comical, so that's why I went with it.
Because nobody can actually pronounce his regular name.
Okay.
Just call him Toto.
So what? And I'll read this for the group here. The flaws he decided to choose were deep sleeper, very deep, hard to awaken. So that they will come up to bite you someday. You have pycnophobia. It is going to be a 2-point phobia of spiders, right?
That is correct.
Which is going to be fantastic. Just absolutely fantastic, because the D&D spiders are just so bad. Absolutely so bad. And so what kind of twitch did you want? What is your nervous tick?
You know what? I think a nervous cough.
Like you're coughing up a hairball?
Yeah, it's got to be like that's the idea. It's got to be like, it's like your cough is like. Ugh!
It's like a
What was
dad
that?
sneeze.
Nothing.
It's kind of like a dad sneeze.
It's got to be, or like when you sneeze, it's like, oh my god, I'm sneezing. Every time, you know.
It's at least 120 decibels.
It's got to be when I say or like if you have like a mental twitch, like in stressful situations, like your hands twitch, it's got to be like Tourette's level crazy. So that's where I'm going with Twitch. It's got to be something.
Give him the what God, what is it? Deuce Bigelow, the Mel Gigolo. Give him the woman Tourette's. Where she starts randomly cursing.
No. I'm just because of his backstory, I can't give him that one. All right.
Damn.
But he gets to pick one. So what particular? It can. I mean, it doesn't have to be like you scream real loud or sneeze real loud. It can be like you have a like in certain whatever the situation is. You tell me, like your eye begins twitching real bad, or you begin drooling in certain situations. Something that it has a little thing. By the way, grab your drinks. What else? Cheers.
Telephone.
And whatever. Grab your telephone as well.
Oh, this is so hard.
All right. Now, I believe we have everything for you as far as flaws and so, Mr. Coyote.
Mm-hmm.
But you need to pick an additional flaw. Or excuse me, a
Additional feet.
feat. Yeah. I'm just
It's
double
just
checking.
one, huh?
Just one, but I'm double checking it. One you
Just
gain.
one.
Oh, you
know
gain
what?
weapon mastery. That's what I'm thinking. And
I'm just
fighting
gonna-
style.
So I like the whole like slapping your thigh thing. You know, it's just like a like almost like
tapping
a
your foot kind of thing.
yeah, almost like a restless leg.
Yeah. Tapping
Yeah.
your tapping your foot, or you have to tap something, whether it's your hand or feet. You have to tap something.
What do I
So
do?
is it just general nervousness, or
Yeah.
what was it? Okay.
In my head, I picture you slapping your thigh and saying, got him.
Got him.
That's how I pictured you doing it. Just like a random slap on the thigh. Got him.
All right. So, and that is the only difference that I'm doing these merits and flaws. And the reason for this is, for those that are storytellers and want to spend a lot of time writing all the little stories, they're going to have some tragic backstory, or not so tragic backstory, whatever your choice may be, that takes them through these things that make them unique. They come from a special place, special upbringing, or they are not too special, really hard upbringing. And these things create these little story points that I get to use for making flavor in certain situations. You know, so how this will track, and this is a good practice for everyone here. So Rise, let's just say we get to a stressful situation. I'm going to say I need you to make a will save, DC 13.
Okay.
So everyone who knows would follow, just learning the system for the first time, to roll a save, you go to the main tab on your character sheet. On the right hand side of it, you'll see saves. Click on the dice or drag the dice. Click and drag the dice into the chat area on the left hand side to make something go.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So whatever that situation is, you are now tapping your foot. For further,
nice.
and you can't stop until you have to do another roll.
Okay.
So
Gotcha.
let's put the situation in there. You're hiding from, this is a thing about giants. You're hiding about giants. It's very stressful. You just failed that save. You are no longer quiet.
Not what I meant to do.
So that's how these things work. And each of you has some level of these we put in just to make some color based on your backstory. Otherwise, this is very vanilla. I would say maybe there's a little bit of extra power. We're doing 35 points instead of 27 points for your abilities. And I've given you some for my world and my campaigns, you are heroes. I'm not letting you be super min-maxy characters yet, but when we get to higher levels, you are superheroes. Like, this is your origin story. Right now. We're starting it right now. Your origin story for your superhero character. And that's how I hope we begin. So, let's enough preamble from the wordy DM. What questions do you have about your characters before we start how you got to where you are today?
Say that one more time. Sorry, I was.
Any questions about your characters, feats, things you want to talk about? Let's do that now. And we can go from there. Let me see.
I needed to have 2 feats. There was already a feat in there.
You have a feat already, I believe. If I grab your abilities. Yes, you have Keen Mind and Alert. So you added one. You had Alert before.
Yeah. You said I had to add one more. Do I need to take
Yes.
that out? Okay.
Yeah, no, you can. Keen Mind's fine.
Okay, do I need to have three feats or just 2 or just 1 or whatever?
No, you have 2 feats. Let me double check. Everyone gets 1. You are not choosing you are not choosing a class that gives, or a character that gives you a feat. No. So you only have 2.
Okay.
Most characters don't get any at first level. I'm giving you things that are important. Keen Mind. Let me double check. Alert. Oh, wow. You can swap your initiative with people. That's important. Keen Mind lets you... so you got to choose to increase your intelligence score to 20. It should automatically done it for you.
Well, it added the 1 point. It was at 15. It's at 16 now.
Perfect. So you are a smart cat or coyote. You always know which way is north. You always know the number of days left before the next center is set. You can accurately recall anything you've seen or heard within the past month. Well, that's going to come in handy and fuck the DM.
You're welcome.
Well, shit.
I like that already.
Yeah.
Me over here, like, who are you again?
That doesn't matter. But the thing is, even with amnesia, he's gonna remember it. Doesn't matter. Anything you said. What did he say? Is the last? Yes, it's in the last 30 days. Okay, I got it. Did you say it out loud? I did, in fact, say it out loud. I remember it. Well done. Well done. Everybody else out there want to fuck the DM before we get started?
Come
No,
on,
I'm good.
people.
I think I've done enough, so.
No. You and I had to trim back some shit to get to where we are today.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, I've trimmed it back as much as I can, man.
So, Trivex, did you want to use a different name for your character versus your streamer name?
No, that's fine.
Okay. You are who you are. You are who you
Exactly. I am me every time. No matter how many times we play D&D, I'm the same guy, just reincarnated.
are. Great.
There is a demon lord somewhere named Trivex Silver. Okay. There's a holy paladin named Trivex Silver.
I don't know if I'm gonna be good about this, but there we are. So whatever. Let me turn this back. Like that. Oh, that's what happened. Ah, okay. So I can do you. That's right. Where's my big fat face? There's the big fat face. Big one up here. Hey.
1 second.
Okay.
I gotta help my wife
Do your
with
thing.
something.
So Darth Wookiee said we're actually gonna be fighting each other in the first scene.
You might not be fighting each other, but you're gonna have some fight. You might have some fighting depending on your choices here.
Me and Tortellini are just gonna throw hands.
Hopefully not. I hope there's no throwing of hands right off the bat.
No.
No, actually, I'm gonna throw the turtle itself. Misunderstand.
Yeah, this is Mario. We're in Mario. What are you talking about?
Yeah, we're playing Mario, remember?
Yeah. All right, I got my logo up for our murder hobonus. And let me get a picture in here for everybody. I have a video I can put up, actually. Where is it? Wrong one. Titan's Reach.
In a world.
In a world.
Beat me to it. All right, where is it? Photos. Perfect.
World of giants and huge turtles. Tortellini.
So there is actually a huge. It's a way for everyone to get back here. There is actually a huge turtle in the world. It is a walking mountain. The mountain sits on top a actual titan's back.
Dick.
Made agreements with that turtle before. I know the turtles.
Poor turtle.
Everyone who's read Terry Pratchett's Discworld, or insert any of these. I think Brandon Sanderson has some large turtles in his world. That's just kind of adding some flavors. This is a catch-all world that has a lot of cool shit that I have just enjoyed through my world, my life as a dork. So you'll find a lot of little things like this campaign we're playing in now, which is, to be fair, a riff on Attack on Titan. And hopefully, has everyone seen the TV show or
Yes.
read the magazine?
Absolutely not. I'm going in this blind.
Have you not really?
I have not.
What TV show?
Attack on Titan's an anime
Nope.
It's very good.
Never watched
and a
it.
manga. Well, that's gonna be sad for you guys.
I know what it is, so I'm
Okay.
set.
So we have everyone, right? All four
Yeah,
of
I'm
you?
back.
Perfect. All right, so let me change the.
Put me in, coach. I'm ready.
Coach, I'm ready.
How many fingers am I holding up?
Now let's put it in reverse.
So put some.
Let's get that on instant replay.
Unfortunately, I can pipe the theme music into our chat, but then it plays double and it makes all kinds of messed up things. But let's put a little more theme music on for the people who are watching the stream.
We're just going to pretend that it's like the Price is Right music.
You can, if that would make it feel better, that's probably a little more sick than the music I'm putting on. But that's probably more appropriate for you as players. 'Cause, again, I have a few people here, and I'm so let's apologize up front, Trivex. You and I have played D&D a lot, and we've been talking D&D for the 2 years that we've known each other now.
Yeah, it's Star Wars and D&D. That's been basically it.
Pretty much it. Star Wars and D&D. So there's a few new people here. So, I do try to keep the idea behind D&D as a DM is you're supposed to feel like you're not winning when you are. Like, I'm not supposed to kill you. That doesn't mean that I don't. By accident, of course. These are all accidents. They are.
Happy accidents.
I have that as a video, actually. That's funny you say that. But, that's actually one of my videos. The happy accidents. Maybe happy accidents. Who knows? But you know, it should be hopefully approachable for you. So I'm actually interested in how you do in this. Is your first time? I have a couple people I've given my Twitch channel out to of late, and said, "Hey, come watch this." Hey, what's up? Thank you, GJ. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. And Jay the Rock, wow. Hey, thank you for coming. Wookie. Yes, I did sign it. Thank you. Thank you for coming. I realize now I don't have my chat on so I can hear everyone chatting and talking. But I want this to be a channel where people come learn Dungeons and Dragons regardless of your level. But this is not I've been doing D&D and playing as a DM for like 20 years, DM, 30 years D&D, maybe longer, which is scary. So I have done some things here that are a little different. That all being said, I'm gonna try not to kill you guys, I promise. So
Yeah, I would try to kill them very quickly.
I'm gonna say a bunch of words for those that know D&D that they'll trigger some things. Cody, this may trigger some things for you as you study this a little bit. But this is essentially the Forgotten Realms. It's actually called like a fucked up version of Forgotten Realms. So I've taken a lot of the worlds, the modules and things in history, and just mugged them up a little bit. So there's a spell plague which is currently ongoing. There's different worlds. There's the things that happened in what's the one? Temple of Annihilation or Tomb of Annihilation happened here. Yada yada yada. The big overarching thing that happened in this world is we did in the first campaign for with my first group, we did essentially a riff on the Temple of Elemental Evil, and in that. They won. The bad guys won. While the party was off and fighting Strahd. And when they won, they killed a god. For those that don't know what the Temple of Elemental Evil, it's an old-time D&D adventure where they bring back the 4 princes of the elemental planes to do something. And that something for me was to kill a god. That god was the goddess of Mistra, the goddess of magic, and that's what started the spell plague. There is an area of the world in this world that is entirely engulfed in what is called the Blight. For those that have ever read a Robert Jordan book, it is exactly like the Blight from the Robert Jordan book. Just a fucked up world where I can do whatever the hell I want in it. It is also in the shape of Eberron's Cataclysm, the Mournlands, and it is a tchotchke or a MacGuffin for me that allows me to connect to different worlds. It has been going on for like 700 years, this spell plague. In this 700 years is what we call the time frame is called the War of the Gods, and over that time frame, different gods have fought, good gods and bad gods, and some gods have died. Their powers have been absorbed by other gods, so that you can still pray to them and get some power. Each one has their own little story, which we can tell as we go, as some people have their backstory tied to it already. But that's the biggest thing that's happening now. What that means for you is there is psionics in the world, which is great now because they finally made a rule that's coming out in the next month that I can use for psionics instead of making my own rule up, which is fantastic. Besides that, there are something called plague storms or chaos storms that happen every now and then. That it's just a lightning storm and wind that I can bring outsiders and so forth happen. What it means for you is if you ever get hit by a chaos bolt, a lightning bolt from one of these storms, or hit by some psionic energy from this chaos energy, you have a chance. You will gain psionic powers. After a certain amount, psionic powers are beneficial at first. After a certain amount of exposure, like radiation, you get more powers that are literally a template I continue to add to your character. There is a risk reward to this. The higher powers you get, the more likely I take over your character for a percentage of time and do whatever the fuck I want. Currently, nobody has any powers. I didn't want to complicate it with you guys, but you'll see where it comes into play in your story. The rest of the world has moved on without this. There's ways to survive this. There are two main superpowers in the world. One's the Federation, one is called the Imperium. They both have different ways to protect people from these storms. Some mechanical, some magical, some divine. The Imperium uses divine magic. The Federation uses physical, like lightning towers and staying inside sort of things. Just two different takes to handle, you know, a world plague. When we get to you guys, you are about 100 years before my other campaign is happening now. It is a relative time of peace in the War of the Gods. The last major gods to die were the dragon gods. Tiamat was defeated by Bahamut, and their souls were taken by the gem dragon somewhere far to the north. Some actually say to the giant kingdom beyond the reach, which where most of our story will take place. The Titan's Reach. The Titan's Reach is two things. It is a huge wall. Think the wall from Game of Thrones. 700 feet tall. Immense. Impenetrable. Built by magic. Behind which seats the actual Titan's Reach, which is the world of Titans, where the giants live. And supposedly to everyone here, in a advanced society that never sees the light of day except during their raids, which is where we are now in time. For some reason, and this goes on every 100 years or so, their flying fortresses come out of the reach over that huge wall. That huge wall that has no door except for one location we'll get to in a moment. And they raid the countryside, stealing people and flying them back over the wall. Hasn't happened for over 100 years since the last time. Now it's happening again. Now, prior to this moment, I've given you guys leave to create whatever characters you want. We've talked about it. We've gone back and forth. We've asked questions for those that are new. And I have allowed you to build a 3rd level character. We are technically starting at 3rd level, but we are starting the story at 2nd level. You see what that means in a second as they go through some of their 3rd level leveling. But I had two things for you. You have two ways to get here. I don't care how you build your stories, how you build your character. You must choose two paths to get to this point in time. One, excuse me. One is to either come from inside the wall, which get to how that happens momentarily, or two was come from outside the wall. You're coming to figure out why the giants are raiding. Now, I have 4 characters here. There's a 5th character who would probably join us later, and I have a way for him to get in. He's currently has some family stuff going on, so, and we may have some other players who are watching in the backgrounds that I've asked to watch and see what they think about D&D, and we can pull them in accordingly at various points. So, last chance for you 4. Any final questions about your characters before we pick up each one's story? And how I'm going to do this is kind of round robin, just so you know. All right. I'm going to take silence as golden.
Yeah, I got nothing.
I got nothing.
Perfect.
No clue.
Did he say we can level up?
No. So I.
Yeah. What I heard. I heard that too.
I heard level up. Let's go.
I deserve that. I deserve that. And hold on. Before I forget, let me do a quick shout out to. I have started watching DJ Sir Lex as I am starting to do my own DJing again after 20-something years. I finally got all my decks turned up. He gave me hope because I see a lot of DJs out there on the internet, on Twitch, doing stuff, but they all do it with electric setups. And like myself, Sir Lex is a record DJ. He may have his own digital, but as a guy who has 400 plus records sitting 5 feet from me, it's reassuring to see old people still play records. So, I was going to save that for you another time, Cody, but you may see me in this week, hopefully, at the beginning of my stream, doing a little micro set as I play some house music.
Hell yeah. I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to that.
So, as I said, this is about 100 years before the current events in my Thursday campaign. The realm of Titan's Reach is an enigma to the entire world. Apparently, as far as lore goes, only the ancient dragons know anything about the giant kingdom. It was said that when the gods first entered the world, the first 2 races that helped them build the rest of this planet were the giants and the dragons. After other races were created and the rest of the world was created, the giants and the dragons were given their own realms, and there's not really told as to why they hate each other, but they hate each other. And it extends today. Any dragonborn you meet has a real strong opinion about giants, and vice versa. If a giant sees a group of people and there's a dragonborn in the midst, they will target the dragonborn first. It's just a thing. They don't like it.
Well, now I see where my flaw came in. I was like, well, why this? Okay, now that makes sense.
Yes.
So,
Uh-oh.
What you're seeing, though, is the giants themselves are much more technologically advanced than the rest of the world. Much more. But they stay entirely to themselves. It's not that there are not smaller races inside the giant kingdom. Just nobody sees them. It's thought that the giants come across the border for a delicacy. That for some reason they would invest so much money, so much resources to put these flying towers that come over the walls at night, moving faster than you would think these things could, to raid large towns and villages. And if the rumors are true, these giants drop from the sky silently. The only time you know they're there is the crash of them landing on top of a house or a plaza, usually someplace important that's full of soldiers. And then, as soon as they land, they begin walking through town, almost preternaturally grabbing people. Not everybody. There seems to be an eerie light that gets cast over the entire area, if the rumors are told to be true. And they select you. Even if you're underground or hidden, they've been told to reach in and grab somebody. And then they just throw them into the sky, and they're never to be seen from again. When the giants leave, they jump, fly up into the sky, into their towers, and silently go back to where they came from. Now, let's see, with 3 of you that are doing this, so Stormy and Coyote are both coming from outside the wall. There were 2 reasons you have been given to come here, or the other reason, sorry, either one of the other reasons that you've been given here. For Coyote, I'm just call you Kaio. Kaio.
Mm-hmm. Hello, sir.
Not getting too deep into your own secrets yet that you don't want to share with the party and or the group yet, as they'll probably find out shortly. You have, you look at your merits and flaws in there. I put some notes in there. They're you are a Gloomstalker. Your job is to cover the multiverse and protect it from gloom, from evil. And you take your charge very seriously.
Yes.
You have 3 other people that work with you on this planet. You guys cover the whole planet. You have your own, and this is something we can work through as we get through it, so I'll give you some ideas to think about. But you have your own protocol for how you do it. You can call for help, so forth and so on. But there's an organization you follow, the Gloomstalkers.
Yes.
That organization has given you some boons. You have a totem that gives you the knowledge of your ancestors that carries with you. It gives you some ability. So as a metagame, you can say, hey, DM, Wookie, Sean, I'm going to ask my mentor about this. I'm going to ask the Ashwalker. I forgot how you pronounce its name. We can figure out how to do it.
Sharoon.
Sharoon, thank you. I asked Sharoon this. Does it know anything? And I'll make you give a roll and give you a plus, blah, blah, blah. And so just remember that you have that ability now. It is a spirit mentor. So
yes.
Everyone who has that, you can ask it questions, and it has a different take. And your spirit mentor is different from another spirit mentor. You have the knowledge of the Githyanki Gloomstalkers, and it's 2 spirits. Everyone else has something different who's chosen this. So just remember that. So you have been told to come here. We're going to pick up with you in a moment. But you're also, it's kind of a twofold thing. There is one other of your sect that is near the Reach in any way. The other 2 are different parts of the world. One apparently is in the Giant Kingdom, and the other one is in the, and I think I can bring that up.
Hey there. Like, subscribe, follow, use that QR code to my link tree for my socials. Thanks.
It's not here. Awesome. Let me bring it up. So, let me bring Korin, second age, in for you so you can see it. While that's going on, your other reason for being out here, besides being told to kind of find out why the giants are doing this, is that maybe have some other motives or things going on. To be fair, is thank you very much, Hero. You've come here to hide. This particular area of the Federation near the Reach is rather barren. It is a great place to kind of hide and figure out what's going on with you. It is approaching a bad moon, though. So, what you don't know, and here, I'm gonna find this on a different screen. I don't remember where I put the darn file. Cody, we're gonna have you do a roll real quick.
Okay.
You have come out to Embergate. Embergate, actually, is an example. Go ahead, and this would be a history roll. And right now, I'm going to give you a kind of generic +2 for history rolls when you ask your spirit mentor.
Okay.
So go ahead. Give me a history roll, and what you will do is look at your character sheet.
Mm-hmm.
Click on the skills tab.
Okay. And then just drag that into the
So
chat.
before you roll, on the bottom left-hand corner, hit +2 of your screen, and then drag that roll into the chat box. Right below the chat box on the left-hand side of your screen.
And then grab and then
drop. Yep.
Woo! Hot roll. This is a hot table.
Great first roll.
Hold on.
Well,
It's
What a hot roll.
Wow, I love Dungeons and Dragons. This is going great. I tell you.
change the color of your dice and try again.
we're gonna change the color of your dice and try again. Hopefully you're not gonna be the guy. I don't do this very often, but it's literally the guy's first roll ever in D&D, and he rolls a fucking 1.
Right, Chris? Jeez.
I need to figure out how to change the color of my die.
Oh, it's in the top right-hand corner. Oh, God.
Oh, here we go.
Cody, we're going to try this again. Hopefully this is not a trend for you, because this can be really bad for the frontline fighter if you roll lots of 1s.
Welcome to town. You're dead.
No. Look, everyone has
Welcome
a different
to
role in the
D&D.
campaign.
He was sitting there talking to someone, found out it was actually a dummy, a training dummy to be exact.
Will Wheaton loves D&D, plays D&D more than any famous person there is. Can't roll above a 10.
Yeah. All right. +2.
Try again.
That's better. I guess.
That's a little bit better.
All right, I'm gonna give it to you.
Inspiration.
That's great. That's a 16-sided die, huh? Wonder how many. I'm just trying to get the low numbers out of the way first.
It's gonna be a rough campaign, everybody.
Hold on. There you go. Wait, hold on.
I am not hiding behind him.
Don't hide behind him. Whatever you do, don't hide behind Cody. He's not the guy to hide behind. He's beefy, but he can't hit anything.
Well, I just want to get rid of all of my bad dice real quick. So give me a second.
What the? Look.
All right, we're good.
All right,
See those ones? They're gone. Yeah, look, all those ones are gone.
Oh my god.
I don't know how you just
There's only
did all
2
that.
double digits in there.
The reason I choose this one over the other platforms is the fact that you get to grab real dice and roll them around if you want to. So that's why we have it. Enjoy.
Yeah.
So, Kaio, fantastic roll.
Yeah, thanks.
Embergate, from what your say his name again?
Shaoran.
Shaoran. From what Shaoran says, well, my memory holds true that this, called the Embergate, was actually a gate at one point in the old line of the old wall. You see, the Reach used to come out this far. I believe it's about 20 miles between here and the wall again. You can't see it on the horizon. But it used to sit right here at Embergate, and here is one of the pillars that used to stand on. Now, this town is you kind of walking into the gate and middle of the day. This has been built into the remnants of what, you know, the wall was hundreds of years ago. I believe that it receded after the first instance of the spell plague came out, when the blight happened. They somehow couldn't control a big a land as they did, and I never saw it. It was before my time, when I was alive. But it is told that the wall walked backwards to where it is today, if you believe the legends. Now we hit the final place to stay. Hurry up, Kaito. Hurry up.
Okay, bye.
So this is a busy town. Stormy,
Yes,
this
sir.
is your town. You have lived here a long time. And much like, you know, your entire life. And to be fair, if you lived anywhere else but the Federation, being a goblin would have been a death sentence, or definitely some sort of racist kind of dog horns of you being an evil or a miser, or insert the bad things that they say about goblins in the Imperium. But the Federation, which technically the Federation stands for the Federation of Allied Nations and Goblins, or they call it the Fang Federation, is accepting to all races, whether you be a goblin or a dark elf or an ogre or an orc, as long as you follow society's rules and be good. You technically don't have to be good, you just don't have to be bad, overtly bad. It's a lot more freedom than the Imperium, even though the Imperium is not a quote-unquote totalitarian place. So, lived a very good life in the Federation, but you're a runt. You know, you were an orphan from a raid, and while the townsfolk and the people in the guard have taken you in, you know, you have suffered from being a runt with no place to call home your entire life, and the influx of all these outsiders is not helping the situation. And there's a lot of goblins here too. You get a lot more flack from goblins than you get from anyone else. And being a runt to goblins is kind of like a running joke. It just doesn't do great for you. But the good thing is, it's really easy for you to blend in. So do me a favor. I want you to do the same thing I was telling Cody. We're gonna do some rolls here. Go ahead and click advantage, ADV, in the bottom left-hand corner under the chat button, and then grab me a stealth roll, please.
Yeah.
For me, you there?
So yes, Stormy, you would click on. So you double click on your character to bring up your character sheet. On the right hand side of your character sheet, look for the skills tab,
Already there.
and then before you roll, when you click on the advantage button, it should highlight,
Yes,
get
sir.
red, and then whatever the next thing you grab, so you would grab and hold the dice, or just double click on the dice, it will roll stealth for you with advantage.
It did roll. It rolled an 18.
But I didn't see it. So you either have to double click in it and it will automatically roll in the chat box, or you have to drag it and roll it into the chat box for it to count. There.
It's not.
That was a D12.
There it goes. Oh, I grabbed the wrong one. Damn it.
So grab it. There you go. Perfect. So you have +6. So that would be a 17. Oh, I forgot to put this in here. So hold on. Let's put that in here. Where is it? No, there's Dice Tower. Yes, there's Dice Tower. So I can roll my dice, and you can't see it. So, Kaio, one of the things that kind of stands out to you from here is, and it is, you know, Githyanki, despite their negative appearance from, you know, everyone else, are very accepting. They're just, you know, everyone thinks they're assholes. But they really do like everyone. It's nice to see such acceptance and understanding between all the races here. But you have noticed a little bit of the kind of angst they have here, right? And you definitely do notice, you know, and maybe this is helpful to you. Excuse me, hold on. I'm gonna die real quick. Sorry.
Do that. We may just have to find a new DM.
Right?
Question, question,
Yep.
sir. Is this angst towards me or between the different groups?
No, lack of angst. Just no. As far as yes, Githyanki, as a general rule, people are distrustful of Githyanki. They're always they're known to be multiversal travelers, so they all think of them as charlatans. And generally, if you played Baldur's Gate, they're kind of short and direct, like Dutch. So people think they're assholes, and they're not. They love everybody. They get along with everyone. They have very strict codes and very strict rules of justice.
Okay.
And it's a very caste-like society. So if you're not part of the caste, you don't understand it. There you go. But seeing a town at the edge of the frontier where orcs and goblins and everyone's getting along warms your heart a little bit. However, regardless of their race and their socioeconomic, the whole town's on edge, and there's a lot of movement. There's a lot of extra people in town, and you need to find a place to hide. You need to find a place to lay low, because tonight's going to be a bad night for some of the things that you have to deal with, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Every 30 days, there's at least one night you probably need to lock yourself in a room, right?
Yeah.
And one idea you got is, you know, and you ask the Ashen Warrior, so are there a lot of like places that you could hide that may not be known by other people? Oh yeah, 100%. This place is full of different warrens and different places you can go. Hey, Sweats, thank you for lurking. While you're doing this. And you get that idea because you see a little goblin who didn't roll high enough in their stealth check. Who's obviously doing a very good job of being hidden, but your keen eye caught him. And at first you thought it was a goblin child before you realized that it's an older goblin. It's just really tiny. And it's really good at hiding in plain sight. And now that you see her for this purposes, you get to kind of get to follow him. So not her, him. You get to follow him, and he seems to be also looking for a place to get away from the crowds. And at least he see him slip into an area that might be helpful to like real small to get into. And that might be lead you to some of the underground areas where you might be able to, you know, manacle yourself for a night. With me so far?
Yes, with you so far. Is this whole hallway, stairwell big enough for me to go down?
It's gonna take some maneuvering, but for the purpose of lack of rolls, hey hero, let's just leave that alone.
Yeah,
so we're gonna shift to the other side of this party we have here.
Okay.
As you are now following what is obviously some sort of thief going to hide somewhere outside. And again, no qualms. You just also need to find a quiet place to hide. And nobody's following this little guy. So you follow him.
Okay.
We're now going to go to the inside of the Reach, behind the huge wall, where we meet Trivex, Silver, and Tortlelini.
Oh yeah, it's my time to shine.
Yeah, I'm gonna hate that name. It's Tortlelini.
Okay, thought you were talking about me for a second. I was like, damn.
You hate it so much, and I don't know why.
Because I said it as a joke, and here we are. That's why. It's just me and my stupid mouth. So,
Tortlelini with the beanie. It's gonna be Tortlelini with the beanie because we're gonna give him a beanie randomly.
Beanie. Yep, gotta do something. A genie beanie, Tortlelini.
That's a tongue twister.
Right? So, you both are guards. I made a mistake of not writing this dude's name down. I probably should have written his name down. Hold on, we're gonna give a giant's name. Giant Lord's name. By the way, I got I went to a hacker conference and I got a Sisa pen.
Who's a what's it now?
I went to Black Hat and all I got was this cybersecurity administration pen. So, Giant Lord. What's a good Giant Lord name? Hold on.
More stolen IP. All frick.
No, not stealing IP. His name's Gloriax. So Lord Gloriax is your lord. And he's been a good lord. He has. Tortlelini, you and your community of turtles live in what is a little bit of splendor. You have this nice area of where your homes are set, inlaid against the riverbank. It's real serene and scenic. And you, in your life with the giants, they have taught you to be a shepherd of the giant deity, and that deity has been kind enough to grant you powers that you use to heal the sick, that you use to help your community, whether it's curing them from poisons and so forth. But you really are, with a few others, kind of a beacon of a leader in your little community of turtles. You know, just a few hundred. Trivex, you have done a different path. You know of Tortlelini. You roam the grounds, and he is part of the guard with you that is in charge of and not policing's not bad, because you know there are bad things here. Not that the giants need any help policing the smaller races, because they're obviously all powerful. But you are in charge of helping not just the turtles, but the other races, because you also have some power that has been given to you from the giant deity, and you are a champion of the giant deity, as are all the spellcasters and champions or let's say guards that work with the giants. And life inside the giant kingdom is not necessarily hard anymore for little people. There are giant lords out there who are not as nice and as gracious, as Gloriax, but and you have heard stories of these other kingdoms, other fiefdoms in the Giant Kingdom that, you know, you do the wrong thing and the Giant Lord will just squash you, or they have secret police that follow you around in small person form, looking for dissent and making people disappear that think wrongly about giants. But that doesn't happen here. Gloriax is a benevolent ruler, and besides a few instances that maybe would get your own credulity, is generally not willy-nilly murdering people here and there, and is adamant about making sure that taking care of his little folk so they can pursue the grand plan of making this fiefdom the greatest kingdom within the Titan's reach. And you guys yourselves are in charge of actually stopping unauthorized little people from getting into this area of the keep. This is one of the forward operating keeps. Technically, it hasn't happened in a long time. This keep actually flies. This is where they would load for any sort of activities they're doing, but this one hasn't particularly flown in years, not in your last lifetimes that you can remember. There's been a couple things going on. You guys have heard stories of maybe some things that are happening outside the reach where the giants are fighting great evils, and sometimes that happens randomly, but you guys, as for your entire of your lives, especially in your jobs watching this thing here, have not seen this particular attack keep move. That being said, there's a lot of activity today. A lot of activity. Now, Trivex, we've talked about some of the things here. Your particular awakening is going to happen a little later.
Okay.
So you love the Kool-Aid. But Tortlelini has been known to you. You guys have worked together. I would consider you guys maybe just good work acquaintances, maybe bordering on friends. But you will say you have noticed he has been a lot more talkative of late. And Tortlelini, you are being very careful because people are beginning to notice, including giants, that you are becoming more special, and people aren't sure as to why. It's not approaching a thing yet, but you know why that is. But Trivex, you don't accept it. You're happy that your coworker seems to be getting some positive light from people, but actually that's a great first roll. Trivex, give me an insight roll. Excuse me a second.
You want advantage or +2 or anything?
No, just a nice insight roll. You know what? I'll give you a +2 from familiarity.
Okay, well, add on another +2 then. That'd be 21.
Hot streak.
So,
your camera disappeared.
I know. Would you let me pick my nose without like telling the whole world I'm picking my nose? Thanks.
My insight.
It's really high insight. I'm picking my nose. Picking my nose. Let a man wipe his nose. Damn it. God.
At least you're not picking somebody else's nose.
Be hard. My dogs are here.
You can pick your friends, you can pick your nose, but you can't pick your friend's nose.
Man.
I hear thunder and lightning outside.
Is that your left hand and your right hand? Thunder and lightning.
No.
That's his legs. A little bit of thunder, a little bit of lightning.
Yeah, the restless legs.
That's from what? The rundown. What is this? The rundown. The Rock and what's his name? He's like a little thunder, a little lightning, and then the Rock just punches him in the face.
Yeah. So.
All right. So what I get with my 21 insight?
You know.
He's like, damn it, you're not supposed to actually get this.
No, but I know I now know how you're gonna what role you're playing in the player DM dynamic.
Oh, you know I'm playing hardcore into my character, so you gotta be careful.
I found my rules lawyer.
He's like, shit.
Every roll got +2 for that, right? You got advantage, right? So it's a high enough roll that Tortlelini, he's taken it upon himself to kind of pull you aside and be like, hey man, I think some of the attention that you've been getting may not be beneficial. I don't know what it is, but it's a little extra attention.
Tell that to Tortlelini?
Yeah. Okay. And Tortlelini, you were informed of that a little earlier before he told you, but it's nice to know that he's looking out for you. And you guys are noticing a lot of activity here. More than usual. And it seems you're not sure exactly what it means or where it's going, but he gives you a reassuring kind of like, yeah, I know, and thank you. But just as you're about to kind of, maybe tell him something more, Tortlelini and Trivex, you're maybe inquire more. One of the higher ups in the guard comes in, and behind him, not comes in, but you see him coming up the walkway. This is you are at a much larger complex. The keeps that quote unquote fly are essentially the corner towers on a larger wall. So think of that, if your keep had these crenulations, that some of them can just pick up and fly away and become mobile bases, and that's what this is. This is you are watching the inside of one of these crenulations from the outside wall. You essentially see somebody coming from farther deeper inside this giant fiefdom towards you, and behind him there is a line of smaller folk carrying things and tools and supplies and so forth. And you see them coming a little bit away, and kind of, instead of stop talking about whatever feelings you're gonna have, and how nice it was, whatever, and inquire the weirdness, it's instead better to stand up straight, look straight ahead, and watch them come up. Obviously, being a giant, they can walk a little faster. He takes a couple quick steps to get ahead of the group, comes for you, stands as a normal person of higher rank would away from you. You give your salute, and he, Tortlelini, Trivex, good job. These workers are coming into the keep tonight, right now. I need you to watch them to make sure that they finish their work quickly, and we have about 2 hours before this needs to be done, and most importantly, that everybody leaves. All right? It's important that you do a sweep at the end of this to make sure everyone leaves. Understood?
Your word, my hand.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
He When he says good job to you, I want you both to make a will save.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
A will
Trying-
save? You mean?
A will save. So that's on the first page for them, on their main page. You'll see. Sorry, will is wisdom because I'm an idiot.
Okay, I was
so
like,
wisdom-
I see wisdom. I was like, I don't see will anywhere.
Wisdom save because that's the old term for it. Will. Wisdom saving throw.
Full ability save.
Any advantages? Any plus?
Nope.
You know that? Damn. Okay.
So again, you can drag it or just double click in it and it will roll. That is a fail.
Well, I double
That's all right.
click.
Let's take the first one. So those are both failures. You
Oh.
get just an overwhelming feeling of happiness and attribution that he said good job, like a dog that hears good boy. You feel closer and more proud than you've ever felt ever. Right now. You would do anything for him at this moment. It's almost like a little bit, and in fact,
So I wouldn't have like a perception check to see that. It's a will.
oh no, he cast. It's a spell, a rune spell they get to cast.
Oh, okay, okay.
So it's part of the mind control that's inherent to what's going on. He's essentially said "good dog" to the dogs, and it makes you feel really good, and you would essentially die for him right now because he said "good dog" and you failed to save.
Okay.
So you're just really happy to help him out. And your salute is so crisp. You are so happy. And you know what? You're going to make sure these vile little people do what they're supposed to do and don't get in the way of whatever it is this lieutenant is doing right now.
Okay.
As we go through that, Trivex, I need you to make a secondary will save with advantage.
Wait.
It's almost enough. As you're, and I'm gonna have the same thing, do the same thing for you, Tortlelini. Make a secondary will save with advantage.
+2 or
Nope. Everyone's asking for everything.
You just click the
I love
advantage instead.
okay, that's what I was trying to figure out.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
click the advantage. Is my mistake. ADV advantage.
Okay. Well, I clicked it twice and it went 3 times. Good lord.
So we got 14. You know what? I'm a nice guy. I'll give you the 20.
Oh, nice.
So, Trivex.
Oh god, me and Tortlelini about to fight, huh?
No, not that.
No.
He's like, one of you are like, yeah, you're fine. The other one's like, I don't know about this.
No. It's fine.
That's how the giant's treating us right there. I'm sorry, little buddy.
No, it's my dog. I almost ran over his foot. I'm sorry, buddy. I forgot you were there. So, Trivex. All you hear as you kind of turn in is a whisper that goes, soon. That's it. Soon. You know what it is.
I think like Tortlelini said something. Or like
No. That's definitely not Tortlelini. Tortellini's ahead of you.
Okay.
You look around, you don't see where it came from, but it was almost like it was in your head. Maybe make an insight check. Straight insight.
Maybe you'll get a +2 for this one.
No. Yes, I love it. I love it. It's something deeper. It definitely. You don't think you heard it with your ears. Tortlelini. You are tapping your hand as you're walking. Tapping your hand, tapping your hand, tapping your hand. You're tapping something. You're tapping something. You're tapping. You know what? Barnabas. Yeah.
Boy.
You're tapping Barnabas, and it gives you a little bit of reassurance for a second, and that's it. You just realize you feel a little bit of assurance. Barnabas kind of like humming to you a little bit, and like this is the right. It's okay. This is the right way. You feel good, and you get control of your tick. It's not as but he also whispers to you, when I tell you soon to go, just go. And you're like, yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
So we're gonna fast forward a little bit for some stories here. You can, are you guys interested in what they're doing? Are you following them around? Like, I mean, these guys come in and they begin fanning out because, much like you, they're, little folk are the tradesmen.
I guess
the thing.
I guess since I'm like enjoying this Kool-Aid, I would just be walking around with like, my hand on my weapon, making sure everybody's doing their job.
Mm-hmm. So
and if I see anybody slacking, punish him with a whip.
That's exactly what I'm just asking. So I'm glad to RP on that one. So Tortellini, you would probably is a little more awake, especially since you made that high double check. So the society inside the Reach is weird. Little people have a very rich society. They have food, they have water, they have medical needs, all the things. They can get healed. You have classes. You can't essentially get above a certain class or certain power because it'd just be too powerful, too troublesome for your slave overlords, right? But they live within the cracks of society. A normal house will have a giant household, will have its household, but its servants are little folk who live on the roof, or in we have hollow walls where our drywall is. Because it's a giant house, it'd be thicker and wider. The little people's house would be like a cupboard that goes between this room and the next room. That's the size of a small shack. It's big enough for a small folk home, but small enough to be an offside piece of furniture or to fit in the negative space of a giant's home. So throughout the giant society, there is little folk moving around doing all the things that giant folk don't want to do. They have some magical help. They can carry heavy things with dollies and trolleys and all these things. But these are the people that are cleaning sewers. These are the people that are fixing highly dangerous mechanical, assembly lines and things like that, and also are expendable. So they are going about their jobs, and they're a variety of trades workers. They seem to be pretty skilled. I want you to make an insight check, Tortellini, with advantage.
Okay.
The advantage coming from Barnabas.
So with advantage, and you said insight?
Yep.
Why am I forgetting where everything is?
It's on your skills tab.
Hey there. Like, subscribe, follow. Use that QR code to my link tree for my socials. Thanks.
Okay, insight, and you said do a...
Advantage. ADVG.
Yep.
In the bottom left.
And just once, or...
Just roll once. You tap it once and then roll, and you should do that. There you go. All right. So they seem to be. It's not that it's dusty, but it's essentially battening down the hatches. What they're doing. They're going through the mechanics of this flying fortress, which hasn't been used in a while, and looks like they're making sure that if they were supposed to do the flying, that the flying thing works.
Odd.
It's odd. Hasn't happened in your lifetime. Would you want to do anything with that information?
Is there any way I could do almost like an investigation check?
Yes. Yes, you could. I would give you it. Are you going to use Barnabas to help you?
Yeah.
If you use Barnabas to help you, I will give you advantage on that roll.
Okay, yeah, let's do it. Advantage and investigation, which would be a... And...
Excuse me.
Investigation check using Barnabas. Ooh, 16. Yikes.
It seems to be hurried with that investigation, what you're getting from it. It's very quick. You know, with your insight and investigation combined, it doesn't appear that they know what they're doing either. But because you have this insight, because you have some history and lore from Barnabas, this thing is getting ready to move. They're getting ready. They're getting ready for a battle. I mean, you're welcome to ask the humans questions. The giants aren't around. They're off. As soon as you he walked in and went up to the top tower. These guys are moving around down here, and what obviously now is like the inner workings of this machine.
Okay.
And that goes for you as well, Trivex. You're walking around. You're welcome to ask any questions as well.
I mean, I'm just drinking that good Kool-Aid, so I mean, all I can really do is make sure people are doing their job and not slacking.
Do a perception check for me. I'll give you advantage because you are being as diligent as possible, so give it advantage. And what you think of your question, Rise? Damn it! Now you roll that.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Holy smokes!
Jesus, man.
He got rid of all of his bad die.
He's Captain Obvious, and it's either really shitty or really good. It's gonna be a great campaign, everybody. Cody can't roll above a 10. So, as we finish here, we're gonna switch back to the other side of the team in a second. There's a mystery unfolding for you, Tortlelini, as you've been kind of awakened. You know, you were always told these things don't ever go out unless there's great need, where they would be fighting something beyond the wall that is like earth-shattering and ending. Like they're trying to save the realm from dragons, kind of shit. That's all you know that would be used this for. That's what they say. Like that's what these are used for. These are the forward fighting. These are the scouts. These go out there and rain down giants from the heavens. That's what they're designed for. And the giants are obviously the stellar race, and can kill back all the primordial beings that would attack them beyond the wall. So if they're getting this thing ready, something's happened. Maybe there's some danger coming from beyond the wall. Trivex, with your high roll, you know, you have none of that context. But you are walking around. You walk up to the area you're not supposed to go beyond. You're allowed to go up to the door because to give reports and stuff, and you would dutifully walk up and give a report. you know, you don't think anything of it, but Tortlelini seems to be staying down there talking to people, or at least observing them a little more intently. That's good. It's what he's supposed to be doing. But on the way up, with your really high insight, perception, you do glean a little bit. Nighty night. Thank you, Jade. I really appreciate it. Thank you for hanging out. You do hear a couple of excerpts that are weird to you, and don't really meet with your worldview that you as you know it. They're laughing and cohorting about where what's happening later. They seem very giddy. They seem to be getting drunk, rip-roaring drunk, absolutely shithoused. Going back, and you speak giant, so they're going back and forth, but it's a bunch of them talking because everyone's kind of up there. This seems to be a ritual that they're doing. Is pre something or operation talking. The thing that kind of sits with you and shocks you a little bit is one of them says, well, it's time to refresh the flock. Another one asks and says, you think we're getting any new brothers and sisters? There's a round of laughs on that. Nah. They're going to be taken somewhere else. We'll get ours from a different lord. I think that's stupid. That's how we have enough people to fight for the favor of the Storm King, which is the leader of the giant realm. But it doesn't make a lot of sense to you, but they're going out to replenish the ranks. And the way they talk about it is some sort of like quota system or process for it sounds like there's a very regimented process. They begin talking about supplies. They begin talking about shots, number of shots, make sure that the beacon is working. And that's when you come up and kind of say, 80% done, sir. The lieutenant looks at you and goes, carry on, Trivex. Well done. You've done a great job. Make a wisdom save. With advantage. You don't know why.
$15 again.
There's a little tingle. A little tangle. This time. And the same voice that said soon said, when the sign comes, go. That's it. That's all you hear. But that tingle, you wouldn't have thought it otherwise. The replenishing the ranks is very weird to you. Like, what ranks? What are they replenishing? We'll come back to you guys in a second.
When I put two and two together, replenishing their ranks, brothers and sisters.
I don't know. Are you going to share it with anyone? As you come back to Tortlelini, as other people are finishing? And Tortlelini, would you have asked anyone anything?
No, I would have just continued to observe.
Then all you would have heard is talking about this is not the only one they've done. There's other teams and themselves have worked on other towers. Okay. So you guys are back together. Would you guys share anything that you found together at all? By the way, you both have the inclination to do so, strangely.
Sure, I'm going to share my knowledge with Tortlelini.
Right. So when we make your insight checks, you both get to add +2 to them now.
Okay.
Woo! Part of the reason I'm doing these kind of formulaic things is to show you how you guys can use things together to make things work.
Right. Okay.
You guys can, when you're working on advantage and disadvantage and helping out, you have to tell me how you're doing it. Like, what are you using? What gives you the right to say I can help him so we can get advantage? That sort of thing.
Okay.
And it can be as simple as I shared all the stuff I learned. Great, that's useful. So, what were your insight checks? Did you just roll them?
No. Getting
Insight checks, please.
now.
With advantage +2 or?
Advantage +2. I'll give it
Insight-
to you since you guys are all negotiating so well.
Insight.
Thank God for that advantage, huh?
Man, no shit.
It's a lot of ones first out, guys. A lot of ones.
You didn't do advantage.
Roll one more time by itself. When sometimes you don't roll advantage, just roll the same thing again.
Oh, I was gonna say.
With no advantage. We'll take the highest.
Yeah.
Because that's what advantage is. Advantage is rolling twice and taking the higher. So you can just roll the insight roll again. +2. So we'll take the other one.
Yeah.
You know what? It takes a little longer than it should. You don't know.
Ladies over there like, I'm not picking up what you're putting down, buddy.
There's some other finer points of the mechanics of what they're doing at the end there that might have been useful that you guys are oblivious to, as you two are like, they said what? Just it's a little bit of communication things there, but you do share some stuff together and are able to. What's bothering you about this is there seems to be a mobilization of things that would be used for not internal war, which happens all the time. And maybe that's it. Replenish the ranks, because what happens a lot there's a huge caste system in a giant society, not just for little folk, for giants too. Hill giants don't hold office. They're like the lowest ones, and there's like a step up above hill giants that are essentially hill giants that are not super stupid. You know, that haven't been dropped in their head or whatever makes them not sociably acceptable, mentally deficient. Then they have a striation society like hill giants, stone giants, fire giants, storm giants, cloud giants. They all, and storm giant is cloud giant is the leader of the storm king. The storm king is the leader of the giant world. But there are hundreds of different little fiefdoms, kind of like if you've ever played Crusader Kings on any video game system, that kind of level of intricacy. So they're always fighting. This is Game of Thrones level fighting. Like this noble house will fight that noble house or marry that noble house and then kill that noble house. So there's always fighting. Maybe that's what they mean. Because they do go through a lot of like giants a lot in those fights. So you would always thought that those towers were for existential threats, not replenishing the ranks. And both of you are tuned into a secret you didn't know. Speaking of secrets, now, Stormy.
Yes, sir.
You were always going to get away from these people, but you had heard, because you've been, it's kind of your bread and butter. I still have to update your background. I think was it street urchin we're going to give you, or were we going to give you thief? What were we going to give you for like a background?
Street urchin, if I remember right.
Yeah. So let me drag that in just to make sure, because I saw that and I want to make sure I get your character built right. So background, we'll grab street.
And I have a quick question for you, Wooks, while you're
Sure.
doing that.
Go for it.
Looking at my character sheet, don't I already just have a +2 when it comes to a check like that?
Well, that's already should be incorporated into your skill check.
Oh, okay.
So anytime you roll from the skills menu, it'll automatically add your rolls. The idea behind FantasyGrounds is all you do is click on the dice and it does everything else. We can add some other things in various places, but you guys already have the kind of basis of what this is. Some negotiating with the DM as to what pluses and minuses you get to roll with.
Okay, gotcha. Just double checking.
So part of what you're doing is, you have your hustle, you have the things you're doing with the guards, but you've made some money throughout your life roaming through the various nether regions underneath the city. And you got lead on something big. Like it was an old rumor that you found and etched on a book in some forgotten storeroom that only you found because you're super tiny and could fit through that crack to get there. And it sent you on this months-long trek to find this area, talking about a sacred item, a really powerful something, or at least expensive something, right?
Alright.
And you have found to a point, and you thought, you know what, there seems to be a lot going on tonight. Nobody is gonna be following these areas. Be more focused on keeping the guards out of the bottom reaches. This is probably a good night as any to go deep and see if you can find these items. You could use the extra cash. And you went down and you followed. For the purposes of the story, you failed a couple checks where you had heard a chance of hearing somebody a little bigger than you following you. But he wasn't following very close. When you got to a certain point, you stop hiding your tracks because nobody comes down here. Nobody comes to the bottom small areas that ran between the walls of an ancient giant wall. And if rumors be true, the wall was built from giant carcasses that had calcified. But that's just the old fairy tales. You've never seen any indication of that. All you see is very well-cut stone. But a lot of it's been crashed in. And really, you think that only you are small enough to get through these places, but someone determined enough can follow you. And Coyote has been, as he has led you to a place full of doors and areas that you can do it. And after a certain bit, when you get to an area that is obviously maybe protected, you found a door that locks. You decided this is a good place to hold up, and as Stormy goes down searching for whatever he's searching for, you quietly give him a quick thanks, unbeknownst to him, that he found you this area that obviously nobody's in, clearly away, and this is where you think you're going to hold out the night. It's not too far below the surface, but it's obvious from your keen ranger senses, nobody comes here. In fact, you see the only tracks you've seen are his tracks. He's been here a lot. So Cody, for the purposes of where you are, you're going to be inside a one-door room that you have locked. This is the kind of place you look for. You have a lock you put on it. You have a key that you put over to the corner. Your memory of this little thing is you're not great with small items, so you put things off in the corner. You're getting better at this now. The change. And you say a small blessing that you found this in this far off place, that this seems to be, this is where you should do this every month. if this is where you're gonna stay. But Stormy, make a perception check, please. No bonuses. This is you dungeon delving by yourself.
Well, I did that. There it goes.
Decent, not great, but decent. Above average. There's a lot of you've been here a while. Yeah. There's a lot of ancient runes here, more than normal. Ancient giant language. Did you take giant? Would you have taken giant? It's a language?
Yes.
All right. So this is talking about the kind of rumors that you had saw in that kind of page of the book. What you saw in the book was a great item. Here, this is a gift from the gods, from a specific god, that is designed to help the office of the Storm King in a time of great need. I mean, this is inside this weird... have you seen The Fifth Element?
Who hasn't?
Hey, some people haven't seen The Fifth Element.
I'm sorry.
You know that beginning part where they're inside that tomb and the door opens and there's all these kind of things in the walls and stuff? There's no sliding door yet. But you're walking, there's a lot of... You're reading this ancient... This is like an ancient area. This is an ancient storage ground. That you can see some of these doors that should be closed and sealed are not. As if this was opened in a rush centuries ago. But, a lot... You can see traps that have been sprung because of damage and so forth. And you're not incredibly deep below the ground, below the surface. It's just an area that nobody would go to because this is kind of where, part of the mountain and mesa is collapsed. So people just don't go here. And it doesn't lead to any part of, the larger temple or Lord's Manor complex. So no one would protect it, Oh darn, it's got thieves and monsters in it. Oh my. Right? Just, don't go down that door. So you're not surprised that nobody's been here or seen this, but as you walk deeper, the name of it is called Saldor's Whisper. Or Saldor's Promise. You're not entirely sure. Nor are you sure who... You don't have a spirit mentor, do you? You don't.
No.
You ain't got a clue who Saldor is. And the best translation you can get is Sardior. So, Dior? Sour Dior? You think there's somebody in the plaza that has some sort of perfume called Dior, but that's the only relevant thing you have. Means nothing to you. But when you get to this place that is obviously hiding this thing, there is the quintessential D&D door that is locked. And there's a goblin thief standing in front of it with some thieves' tools. What would you like to do?
check for traps.
Oh, what a smart boy! First, oh no, hold on. Okay, I will roll another perception or investigation check, your choice, whatever's higher. I will give you a +2.
Again. Ah, son of a.
Oh, damn.
Welcome to the club, Stormy.
You meant advantage, right?
No, I didn't actually mean advantage.
Damn. And then he
Looks
pulled.
Looks clear.
God.
Well then, okay, I'll attempt to pick the lock.
God. You got a new character sheet ready?
That's throwing y'all.
Do we get our first death instantly?
That would be insane.
Oh no, I don't think I'm that mean. But I don't think I'm that mean.
Well, then we got a what is it? We got a twin. It's actually nice weather because it's storm and nice weather.
So, what a thieves tool, you don't have it set yet, we haven't made the roll is, but it is your proficiency modifier plus your stat. So let's see, I would say, yeah, roll, sleight of hand for your, thieves tool. Check.
God. You have to be the worst.
This ain't looking too hot, buddy.
I had too much to think.
Hold on.
Oh my God.
Wookie, what is wrong with this game?
I don't know.
He gave us loaded dice.
Seriously.
All right. Roll a will save.
If there's anything. Oh.
Where's my will save?
There's a couple saves happening in quick succession, just so you know. What
The
is
hell
that?
is that?
Okay.
20.
That is a 20.
That
Okay.
20.
This is the good one just to get yourself out of this roll. Let's kind of slump in it. Is at this moment you're about to dissolve into a whimpering, oh my God, I think I fucked up fear, because you have obviously missed two very important rolls. One, the roll for checking to make sure that you are that there was no traps whatsoever. And secondly, the lock roll. But the second one's actually lucky, in a dumb way. It had been tripped once before, so the door falls through. It falls flat and it's forward, but the trap does go off. So, have you seen Indiana Jones in any way?
Fuck, the only thing one I ain't seen is the last one.
But you saw the one with the big boulder, right?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Number
When
one.
it first came out, I said,
Run, Indy, run!
So, because it's good for the story and it's important for thematic reasons, you are just the slightest bit perplexed as to why the door would fall open. Seems stupid for a door for something protecting to fall open. Except you hear a loud rumble and look behind you and see the ceiling trap behind you open a little bit, and something large is rolling down a very fast opening hole in the ceiling and sidewall. It sounds, and you don't have to make a roll for this, it sounds like a gigantic rolling stone ball rolling on stone floors. The same stone floors you were standing on. And you quickly look up there and you look back to where you're going and see that it's a really long, slightly rolling down hallway, and then that the door actually fell into a groove right where it is. And you can either stay here and get run over, or you can run down the
athletics check.
what will soon to be a slide. So
All play is color me gone.
No. You theoretically can't fail all these checks.
But what about Coyote? You know, he's there too.
No.
Hey, you leave me out of this, all right?
He's like, I don't want to participate in this.
So something's gonna happen.
He's gonna turn into Forrest Gump.
Do I have enough time to go, well, shit?
There is definitely a moment of, well, shit. That was the 20, actually. The wisdom save of not devolving into utter surprise and bewilderment, and getting a hold of yourself to get ahead of what's coming down. It is, so here's another thing. You are a cat burglar and dungeoneer. We didn't talk about some of your starting equipment. Would you have had things like grapple hooks and ropes?
Rope? Hang on, I got my inventory right there. I want to say I know I had rope.
Would you have something like a grapple hook? As someone who does dungeoneering?
No grapple hook.
But would you think that your character
He's giving you the option.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Definitely, I got a grapple hook. I got 3 of them if needed.
He said, I got 3 of them.
Good.
I was reading my inventory. You make
No, good. It's just got. Look. I don't want to make it horrible. If you've been like, nah, I never want to grapple. I don't believe in grapple hooks. Well,
that sucks.
This trap's gonna be much harder for you.
Roll with disadvantage.
Yeah. Right? So, you think, in your professional opinion, that 20 oh shit moment is, this has been triggered a couple times, and it technically should not have fallen forward, but it's designed after you realize that those dark stains on the front were not like moss, and it was moss, but the moss had grown over the blood of something that's been smushed there. So,
God.
just a whole lot of, again, there's a whole lot of checks that were missed right there in the front that would have been useful contextually. The missing of the trap was, I realize now, not well hidden. Didn't
Literally,
need a high roll.
There's a sign on the door. Warning trap.
It was like an 11. It was not a hard roll. Likewise.
Have you met me yet?
Well, again, likewise. This is an old trap that has been fired a long time. You'll see why it's important thematically in a second. But this trap is rather simple in its design. You run until you either get out or fall flat and smush. With me so far? The way you're gonna get out of it is to climb up the sheer sides as fast as possible if you have enough speed, or heaven forbid you can time the rope, which is much more useful with a grapple hook, to anything that could give you a little leverage to get out of this downward sloping, ever increasing downward slope of a half pipe that you are stuck in.
Can I do the Indiana Jones thing? You know, use the rope like a whip, throw it around a vine, swing across the gap.
If you were to wait for that final gap, which essentially is the load feed line of the pinball machine that you are on, you would go down to where the other balls are and be smushed between the one that falls behind you.
So he's saying there's a chance.
Technically, there's a chance at the bottom there you could still live through that if you're good. Luckily, he's small, but I'm gonna give you that one for free. No, fuck that. You don't characters that know that. No, roll an insight check. Right now, at the top of this thing, you are got a head start running. You are just noticing the half pipe and haven't quite realized that it's at a slope. It's exactly what you needed. You know what? It looks like the slope is increasing ever so slightly.
Oh, make him run! Make him run!
The farther you go, the faster the ball goes, and the harder it is for you to stay running upright.
What does he need to survive? I want to know before he rolls. Well, you can't change it later.
So, have you ever played any skating game? Any skating game ever?
Back when Tony Hawk's game first came out.
Perfect. So, you know when you fall in the bottom of the half pipe, how hard it is to get out of it?
Hell yeah, I used to ride skateboard.
Yeah. So, you are on a very big half pipe that's slowly descending. And we're currently right in the middle of the half pipe. The way to get out of it is to only run as fast as you can up the half pipe and hope you have enough momentum to get over the lip. Or use that to get momentum to go to the other side to hopefully get over the lip. Each time it can be improved if you have something that would push you, or I don't know, throw a rope with a grapple hook over the lip and hope it grips onto something. That would give you just a little bit of leverage to pull yourself up.
Would that be under acrobatics?
This is going to be an acrobatics or a speed check, yes. So you could technically do athletics if you had higher athletics, but this is an acrobatics or athletics check. Your choice.
Oh, thank God.
So do you use the rope?
Yeah, I got the grappling hook already tied to it before everything was out of my pack.
Just for the shits and giggles of it, roll D4.
A D4. All right.
It's high enough.
It's a 1. What do you mean it's high?
The DC was 20. I was just thinking how high. So nobody's here to see this. Absolutely nobody. But if there was an Olympic dash scout watching it at this moment, they would hire Stormy. Stormy.
Coyote, you taking notes? You see this? You in the background like, no. That was pretty
Coyote,
good.
At this moment, Coyote has gone through his ritual. He's got the lock set up. He has taken off his important clothes. He's laid out his stuff on one side. He's got a little mat he's made in the other side, in the center. He's approached. He's trying to get into a good feeling position. He's getting some yoga going. He's really getting zen about this thing you guys know nothing about. He seems really at peace. So, right when he's unpacking his stuff,
he hears the girl screaming.
No, right when he's unpacking his stuff, you have walked down to the door. You're inspecting it, and if he was watching you at that moment, he would have been like, "Hey, that looks real suspicious. You might want to check it more than you are, because you walked right up to it. You stuck your finger, you took it, you tasted the moss, you nodded once, and you went about looking for your thieves' tools. And just anyone with just a little bit more of a cursory glance would have noticed just a few little red flags that would have stood out, like the smell of decaying blood and iron. The weird how the moss only grows in a splatter pattern. All kinds of little things like that would have stuck out. Maybe the piece of the fabric on the ground. If you'd given a really good, thorough search, specifically saying around for other things there, you would have noticed things like crushed bone in the cracks right by the door. Or if you had at all got any of those checks anywhere higher than that, would have noticed that it really looks like that door falls down, and it's maybe for show, and that the lock is not really working that much. Like it's been used a couple times. Maybe like something really, really heavy is hit against it a lot, like a lot. All those things totally would have missed. So as he's finally got his clothes off, he's sitting down to it. And it was an excessive amount of time spent with the thieves' tools, but he's pulled out his thieves' tool like he's found his bag, baby. He's ready for it. And he sticks it in. He's like, this is gonna be easy. This is one of those old locks. And Looney Tunes style, as he's doing it, just chrome, it falls. At the same time, he hears, because he rolled high enough not to fall in fear from that, because he's a little shy guy. The opening behind him of a much larger door, and when you spend enough time down dungeoneering, you know the sound of stone on stone. And stone on stone doesn't move fast like that. That sounds like the thing they play in the town. That was it, bowling? Yeah, but yes, much bigger. As he sits there and gets to his chair, Kaio is just sitting there, all zen. He's got hours to be here and wait, but you know what? He needs to get back told. He pulls out his mentor, decides to learn some lessons today. Instead of using the mental connection, he decides to let him talk and just listen to him. Well, maybe that'll help him sleep and drown it to a lesson about the giants of old. And if it wasn't for the dulcet tones of his spirit mentor lecturing him on the proper way that Githyanki navigate a kingdom that doesn't like them on sight, he would have, if he had just done with the mental one, he might have heard the screams of Stormy. Because it's really surprising how loud that small person got, and also how fast he ran. just, oh my God! Like an Olympic runner, he could have done anything. He could have done something like got a skateboard out, got a ball, got a spinning wrench with a thing. No, just full on. I'm gonna huff this bitch. Just
one of those
right up
out of hell
sheer wall at the last second, in a power fueled sheerly by adrenaline. He pulls out his one of his ropes that he has already pre-tied with a grappling hook, because being a dungeoneer and scared of everything, he's overly prepared. This hook with a 22 aggregate roll just goes soaring. Goes just way farther than it should. It's a Herculean effort for the goblin, and it does help you get over the lip. You run so fast that you miss the first one. Within, I would say, 2 rounds, another one comes. So for the rest of this part, essentially, you are always hearing a steady ring of thump, thump, thump as another bowling ball, huge bowling ball, rolls down. Goes. You see now as you're on top of it, that this thing arches into a drop. That this is exactly like any of the Zelda rolling ball ones that this is from. It just repeats itself. It falls into a hole, goes through a mechanism, gets fed to the top again, and rolls again. But this is triggered now and running. What you do see is there's nothing else here except what you originally thought was a large arch holding up the ceiling. Except then you realize they're not holding up the ceiling. Luckily, it's on your side, and it's not a large arch. It's two beams that are lying on their sides. Well, maybe not lying on their sides, but there's one kind of sitting on the wall right near where you are on this side of the ramp. And then on the other side of the ramp, on the other side of the rock wall, they're leaning against that side too. And these the two beams that are kind of resting against its rock wall in front of you, in between them is like a little altar. But it is two huge stone beams, and in between them, this little altar in front of you.
Hey there. Like, subscribe, follow. Use that QR code to my link tree for my socials.
What do you do?
Thanks.
To gate the altar.
You walk up to the altar, and you realize that these two beams are kind of resting inside two naves. Make a perception check, and let's see if you're high enough to get the insight check.
Come on.
It'll be a harder insight check. Go ahead and roll insight. Or if you have a history, or if you had some sort of spirit mentor, this is where you would use it, but you don't have one.
Insight. All right.
Insight, history, Arcana. Ooh. You know, I was actually gonna be 21, so that's pretty good. It takes you a moment, but what you're looking at are these naves, these rods are in. Actually, this is where they're supposed to go. And as you look behind you up into the shadows where these things slot, and you realize these beams slot into two slots at the top of the rock wall as well. Like there's a finished part over there on that side. Gosh darn it. They don't look like beams. You know what you're looking at? They look like really, really large scimitars. And what you're looking at is a holder for them. There's two large scimitars, and this is the place where they're stored. It's a little hard to see. Do you have an investigation skill?
Not really.
I'll let you lose the insight check. Let's use the insight check. It takes you a little bit to kind of decipher it, but this is where you see these two scimitars are called Sardior's Whisper or Sardior's Promise. Or maybe one's called the Whisper and one called the Promise. You're not sure which, but they're weapons. They're giant scimitars. Maybe giant daggers? Giant size for a giant.
Check
So
for traps.
they're bigger than you.
I check
in
for
fact-
traps to see if I can move them.
Do you touch
Put
one?
them. Check for traps first.
That's not what you said, though, is it?
That's not what you said.
that's actually not
Yeah, I
what you
see
said,
if
though,
I
is it?
can move them and put them in the slots on the altar.
Oh no. So the slots are the altar. So you touch one, and this you touch, you go. You know, I didn't learn shit. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, wisdom save shit.
We're learning some valuable lessons in the first episode. It's really important. So when you come to, you're not sure how long it's been. You are holding. Did you want them to be daggers or scimitars?
Scimitars.
All right. You are holding 2 scimitars, and they have chains on them that are attached to your wrists.
Oh, so we got some Kratos shit.
And as soon as you kind of realize that you have them on there, that you can feel them, they feel a little. And I have to actually add the bonuses to them. Do they have the bonuses? Let me see. Do they have the
I think you did.
I did, yes. There's no question you are holding magic items. These are the huge scimitars, and these would have been for a storm giant, for someone that's 30 feet tall. They're huge. You thought they were holding up the wall.
Are they still?
It would be like the biggest storm. It would be the biggest storm giant. In fact, realizing now that these things have moved away and you get a bit of look, this is an old Storm King vault. This was a weapon. This was a gift to the Storm King. That's why they're so huge. But they're your size now. And you have them. And the entire world is shaking. Kaio, it's not gotten to full moon state yet. Not entirely sure when these things happen. You're pretty sure it's to the sight of the full moon, but there was one time when you obviously you couldn't see the moon, that you did turn, and luckily you're very careful about these things, and you're hold on, I'm gonna get this right. Gonna get it right. Okay. Sharoon had protected you and told you to do it, and he, you've had some problems with your spirit mentor of late. Almost like he set you up to have this curse that causes you to eat people.
What did he say?
But you've come to terms with it. There seems to be a larger path, larger goal. He had finished his lecture. He was rather short this time. And you were waiting for whatever could happen, just collecting your thoughts. When you hear this high-pitched, guttural scream, it sounds like a little girl screaming for help. Down the way that you heard that goblin go. It was a sound of terror, pain. You're not sure. Again, you're not. It's loud enough to make you concerned. Would you go see what's going on? You know exactly, you took your damn min-max bullshit. You know exactly what time of day it is. You're far from midnight, and you are nowhere near the full moon. You don't have to. You can stay there.
I know. I'm weighing the options in my head.
Go ahead. There are no wrong answers here, just so you know.
For the sake of adventure, I'm going to go check on the screen.
You get dressed, put your stuff on, make a mental note of, I'm just going to check quickly and come back and lock myself back in this room. I'm in going down. Give me a survival check, please. I'll give you advantage because there's very little other tracks here. You're looking, you know what the tracks look like.
Just
Survival
roll.
is what you're always
Just,
going to use for tracking.
do I have to click advantage +2 or whatever? Or no?
No, just hit advantage and then double click on your dice or drag it for survival. All right. It takes you a little bit to get started, but you do find the trail. You begin moving down. You're moving rather quickly. Keep the scream. It does come back a couple times, but less so. Make an insight check. No advantage. Just straight insight. No shit. You know, you think about maybe turning around because you're pretty sure he's dreaming? Question mark? It's within a little bit, going through some. There's a couple spots where you didn't think you're gonna fit, but you were able to, being a little stronger than him, move some things in the front out of the way and shimmy through. But you find where he is. You don't see any of the rolling trap anymore. Trap is deactivated. As soon as you touch that thing, it deactivated. Another thing that happened as soon as you touch the thing is right near the front, a little ways down from the door before it starts getting too steep, the half pipe fell away a little bit and stairs appeared on each side. You don't get there though before this happens. You just are walking through about where he triggered the trap and notice that there's stairs up down away and that you hear a whimpering coming from up to your left when the entire place begins shaking. And it first begins shaking with a very, very, very loud boom. We're going to roll back time just a little bit. Hours earlier, while you guys were, Trivex and Tortlelini were finishing their job. As they were getting ready to leave, you know, you've seen everyone down there. There has been a steady increase of activity of giants stepping over and moving through the area and bringing their supplies and updating their things as the work crews finish their essentially priming the machine to go. And this is, make no mistake, this is a machine. It's a very complicated machine that has begun humming. Eldritch energies begun moving in the insides. And you both have, this is for the easiest story, it's been said enough times that you eventually failed to save that makes you feel really good and happy to be helping these people. But you are a little bit held off a little bit. The last one, you both, the last thing you said, you've done a great job. You both passed. You made your checks, strangely, together. He says, you know, I need to make one more check. And he seems, the whole time he's been giving little other command. This last little speech is making sure you're giving him the last report. He is, people are wondering where I talking to the lieutenant, and he's like, yeah, go here, giving other little advice or orders out to people who are giants. So the last time somebody comes up and whispers in his ear, and he's like leaning back, barely paying attention to you guys. He's like, yeah, go check one last time, make sure no one's on the ship real quick. All right? Yeah, just one more time. You guys are doing great. You're good guys. So he tells you to go one last time. My assumption is you go together. Is there any reason why you wouldn't?
Cover more ground if we're separate, but
You can. Want to do that?
Tortlelini, what do you want to do?
Oh, jeez. I don't know.
All right. This is the best thing for it. Well, we can just take what Trivex says, but I do this a lot for a lot of things. It's called rollies. Take it right from Critical Role. Both of you two roll d20s. Tortlelini, together. Trivex, separate, more ground to cover. You guys split up. Got to make sure quickly to get out as fast as possible. You don't want to be on here, Trivex says. If you get caught in one of these things, there's no small people out on this ship when it's live. You begin running around, looking for people. You guys meet kind of at the top, and you're going to go back down together, right? You've done your search as fast as possible. See anybody? No. See anybody? No. Actually, just to make sure, go ahead and each of you roll a perception check individually. Perception or investigation, your choice. Whatever's higher. Oh, wow.
Didn't see shit. I'm kidding. I've seen everything. Seen everything.
I'm not seeing nothing.
You see nothing. You see nothing. You are 100% sure everything's cleared up. Tortlelini's like, you know what? Maybe we should go back one more time. I'm not entirely sure. Like, no, I made sure. In fact, I did so well, I checked your side too. We're good. We need to leave.
I can see
right
sounds,
now.
man.
I see
I
colors.
see next week's episode. We're fine. We need to go now.
Me right now because I get up for work in 3 hours.
Yeah. So we're finishing in the next 20 minutes. So, but it's too late actually. You weren't that long, 20 minutes or less, doing the search, running through the area. It's a big area for little people, small area for giants. But when you guys are about to come down the fast way too, you hear the command, lift off, lift off, lift off. And the whole place begins to rumble and lifts off. We're gonna speed through a little bit. This is what I do when we get to the end here. Sometimes I want to make sure we get to a theme point, and what I will do is when we get back together next time, we roll back time a little bit to do any minor points, just like an anime is. It's like an end of a One Piece episode, right? You see a little tableau, and then in the next episode you see a little more deep little bits of it. So there's a couple of story bits you guys will pick up in some rolls next week, but you do hear some tidbits of information. You are both inclined to hide immediately. If you are found on this ship, they will kill you on sight. As you understand it, no little folk are allowed to go on a war mission. And this is what this is. This is a war mission. These are headed over the wall. You quickly find a place where you are is designed for only the small people to be. So you're able to go to a place and hide, and with some quick checks, not too hard, maybe just get to one of the outside walls where they wouldn't be able to get to very easily. Like someone would have to polymorph and come down here to double check, but they seem to be pretty like hell-bent on getting away. So essentially you go find a storeroom through one of the maze of warrens and halls where the little people would be in like a broom closet that is near an outside wall, so you can see what's going on and get in case you have to move. It is designed to have more visibility. So you are, a lot of it's just sitting there in fear and watching, and you see this tower flying at first relatively slow but quickly gaining speed, going over the wall eventually. The wall is high, like 700 to 1,000 feet, like the wall from Game of Thrones. It's huge, but this one is made out of rock and stone. It is uniform. It doesn't have a lot of towers or crenellations. It should, like normal, like just simple physics, and be able to look. Anyone look at this going, this shouldn't stand the way it does, but it does for some reason. There's no doors on the outside, but there are crenellations along the top. There's apparently, you have heard of one area in the center of the kingdom that has an open area where they do trade with the outside world, but that is run by one family or one noble house, and they're kind of the pariahs because their only job is to trade with the outside world. Secretly, they are incredibly wealthy because they're the only ones that trade with the outside world, but on the behest of the king, because that king shares on that profit specifically. It's his project to allow trade with the outside world since the spell plague. So, you guys watch as they go over, and for a lot of time, you guys are just after the wall. There's not a lot of anything to see. You're just looking at night sky. It gets dark. Occasionally you see like a couple lights sitting in a open field, and you go over them or near them, and you realize it's like a farmhouse or something that you're seeing flying over, but they're very dim from your height. At some point,
Yeah, it looks beautiful.
Yeah, you don't know what it is, only to the fence that a couple places you get first it just lights in the distance, but you do fly over one. As you realize you're lowering slowly, you're getting a little lower to the ground, and turning towards something, you realize that those lights are homes. Not too unlike the outer reaches of any giant noble kingdom, which are run by humans and smaller races, where they farm things for these larger races, and they just have a huge plot of land that is controlled by the lord, and the humans or dwarves or small races just run a small hovel or homestead and service the king or lord. Same idea, just this looks like it's built for humans. In fact, it's a little weird that as you're seeing more of these farms pop up, and it looks like you're closing in on a mountain that's lit up in the distance. None of them are giant-sized. In fact, you have seen nothing that is dangerous as you've gotten closer to the ground. There's no monsters roaming around. There are not huge elder dragons lording over areas, as the stories told that the primordial world beyond the reach is dangerous to even giants, and it's just lucky that the Storm King is able to protect them all. The giants and the lesser races fortunate enough to be included in the Titan's Reach. So it's a little bit of earth-shattering to see that. It's nothing you've ever been taught about what's beyond the wall. And you know, as we'll stop tonight, right here, what that huge crash is. Because as you get high above the town of Embergate, and you realize it's not a town, it's a city. It's a large city. It is built on an arret or a remnants of the old wall. That the people below can't hear it, but you hear the soldiers inside this tower mobilizing. You hear them calling out ranks. They're told to turn on the beacon. They're told to prepare their weapons, make sure they have their harnesses ready. And the crash and the booms that start with one and get to about 10 huge booms are the fire giants and above jumping from thousands of feet in the air, and right before they hit the ground, slowing down just enough not to hurt themselves, but crashing through all levels of things. And some of them, like stone giants and stuff, don't really suffer from, or cloud giants, don't suffer from high falls. So the crashing you hear And the instability of the place that you're in is caused by the giants that have begun landing around the town of Embergate. And when we pick up next week, all 4 of you will be dealing with the raid on Embergate.
Hell yeah.
All right. So before we stop tonight, any questions? I'm trying to get you thematically into a place where you all are relatively in the area, and as you can see, fastly being pushed into a place where you will all be together.
I'm still unconscious at the altar, right?
When you you have woken up to the whole world shaking.
Okay.
Probably about a few hundred feet away from you is a coyote who is also was coming to find out why you were screaming and may start screaming with you momentarily as the whole world began shaking.
Excuse me, sir. I don't scream like a little girl. All right.
No, not little girl, but just the general sense of, oh my god. Because again, it's very clear as the shaking happened. The first one happened at a distance. There's a little bit of shaking, right?
Yep.
The next one was like right on top of you. It is not safe to be where you are.
Okay.
That's what I was supposed to say. It ain't shaking in underground.
Go ahead.
Do I have line of sight on Stormy?
You will next time we play, yes.
Okay. I was just wondering if I had laid eyes on him, because you had mentioned.
You hear he's a few hundred feet. So again, imagine you're standing inside any Stony Hawk game, right? On the center of this long half pipe. I would say about 100 feet forward to your left, and maybe 60 feet up is Stormy, and you can hear he is now up and loudly exclaiming like, "Oh fuck!" Like the world's falling around him. So when we pick up, there's nowhere. It is clear the only way out is the way he came in. So within seconds of us starting next game, you will clearly see a goblin running again, much faster than you. You're gonna learn this about this. I have a feeling this is gonna be a common thread with Stormy.
Maybe.
So fast. Now, Rise, if you have to drop, because everyone who has to work and do all these things early, drop right away at the end. We can, especially if, like we have a friend who goes to bed around 10:30, 11. You can drop early and we can finish the end up and we'll take care of your character for you. All
okay,
right?
cool. Yep, thanks.
Yep, go. The rest of us can sit here and talk. We go back to the parlor.
So Stormy is Speedy Gonzalez.
Hold on. Stormy's got, what is he's got an 18 dex, right?
Something like that. Hang on.
Yeah, he's got an 18 dex, and he's got a +6 to acrobatics.
Yeah, I'm Speedy Gonzalez.
So, two things we haven't added yet is I believe you get 2 other things that have expertise. So right now, perception gives you have a ridiculous perception. You can get double your proficiency bonus on 2 other skills. So the question is, what do you want to be? Would it be, I want to be very acrobatic, I want to be very good at picking pockets, I want to be very good at hiding, I want to be very good at predicting ambushes, and I think you get a couple more skills here. Like I think you get 2 more skills.
I remember.
Yeah.
I remember we talked about it, but I no more remember the man or moon.
So, what is most important for you as a character, as a thief? You want to be fast. My assumption, based on what we know now, is being fast and sneaky seem to be important. Or would you like to have better pickpockets and open locks? And to be told, if you continue with straight rogue, you will get to add whatever you don't have in like 4 levels to expertise. But that's the benefit of thief is your skills can get double. You can be really good at your skills, like really, really good at your skills. We have a thief that at 14th level, unless he rolls a 1, nobody sees him. Ever. It's actually kind of shitty. As a DM. So you think about this. We don't have to do it tonight, but my recommendation to you is either stealth and acrobatics or stealth and sleight of hand for the things you would do for bonus proficiencies. We'll do Kai or do Rise next time. But Kai, I think we have everything set for you. I think you're good.
Yeah.
One thing for you we didn't get to. If you open up player notes, can I tie this to you? The player notes is on the right hand bar under player. I created a special NPC for you.
Player notes. I don't see anything.
Oh, can I share it with one person?
Filter by sharing mode. I see it now.
Oh, there it goes. Share it.
It was there. There it is. Okay.
So, when it happens, that's what you'll use.
Notes, pictures. I want to work on a picture for that. I want a picture for it.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. So that is the Were Jackal. But yeah, we can make those better. It says very extensible. You can add your own things here. And Trivex, I think we're good, but there's a couple things I wanted to clear with you that we'll have time over the next week.
Okay. So you don't need me for anything?
No, you guys are welcome to go. But I'm going to say goodbye to the stream. You guys are welcome to stay and hang out if you want to. I'll be back in a moment.
I gotta get up in 5 hours, so.
You guys are... So is Monday not a good day? Or
well, no, typically it's a good day, but my work has me for some reason taking over. Like, listen to this. I have to drive. I have a company vehicle home.
Yep.
All right. So, vehicle home. Typically, I clock in when I'm working. So I clock in before I leave the house because I have to PMCS their vehicle, do my route, whatever, and then I come home, clock out, and I'm good to go. Well, now they have me not clocking in from home. They want me to take the company vehicle, go up to their facility, which is an hour away from me.
Oh God!
Swap the vehicle, clock in, then clock in, and then do a route. Yeah, listen to this. Now do a route between 7 to 10:30 or 11:30, depends on how long it takes me, and then clock out again. All right, so I got to clock out. I'm not allowed to go home, but I'm not allowed to like use the company vehicle to come home. But I'm allowed to go get lunch, and then I can't clock back in until 2 o'clock.
Oh my God.
And then I stay there until like between 5 to 5:30, and then I have to rotate vehicles again to drive back home, but I have to clock out before I leave.
What the hell?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Man.
Yeah, and I was just like, you're basically keeping me out of my house for like 12 to 14 hours a day, and you're only paying me for 7 to 8 hours. And they're like, well, if you don't like it, don't work. Go. Okay.
Awesome. I love when everything's managed by AI management consulting measures of saving time and money.
Well, I told them, I was like, I don't think this is legal. And they're like, no, it is by IRS law. And I was like,
yeah, no, it is. It's not ethical.
It's not legal because you don't have free time in the split shift because I can't go home.
Because it's not a full split shift, and they cannot ban you from going home.
But they did, so that's why it's called even though it's right to work, you don't have the right to go home now, and you're allowed to leave the facility, but you have to stay close. So that makes you a wait to work, which is a law.
Oh God.
Oh wow.
-5.
Womp womp womp.
Oh, so guys, this is going to be a really hard campaign if you guys can't roll above 10. Just saying.
Well, I'm either rolling a 1 or I'm rolling a 20.
So far, Trivex is the only one that's going to be able to do anything. And lucky is Trivex, the only thing that's going to be out there in front hitting things. We're just lucky it's him.
Yeah, there's something wrong with this RNG calculator. It's just.
Wait, let's see it here. If we go to attack something, hold on. Yeah, I mean that looks good to me.
Yeah, guys, it's Trivex, you're dead. I'm sorry.
Look at that. Boom,
Oh, there you
18.
Yeah, you're gonna be the first one to die.
You gotta hit me with my. Remember we did the whole thing where my AC's is stupid at the beginning levels. I'm fine.
We're gonna see. We're gonna test that next week.
Oh wait, no, I thought we were gonna be fighting each other next week.
No.
Aw.
That's later. No.
Damn.
Gentlemen, I'll be right back in chat if you guys want to chalk. If not, don't feel the need to hang out with me as an old man in chat in my room because I don't have to go anywhere. I live down there.
I would stay, but I gotta go for work.
Do
I'm
your
tired.
thing. I'll be right back,
Oh,
gentlemen. I'm
man.
gonna raid out. So give me a second. All right, everybody. We are going to raid out to Monsieur Sweaty, who's having a great time playing Project Zomboid, which I need to play with him. I have that. My kids bought that. So, well, let's do that. Let's raid out to him. Thank you very much today. Thank you for joining the Murder Hobos in episode 1 of season 2, and join us next week for episode 2. I am Darth Wookie. We are the Murder Hobos, and see you next time.
Hobos on the forest paths uncharted, wielding swords by